All right, so you clicked on this video because you want to learn how to prevent fires and prevent disasters like this. Absolutely no problem, I gotcha. All right, so the first thing I want to go over is something in the game setup menu. Now you can access this anytime. You can access this when you first start the game or even in game. What I want to show you is incidents and incident protection. This is something I want you to think about before you start the game, and then I'll go into what you can do on a granular level. Incidents, easy, medium, hard. This is just going to be the severity of the incidents. This includes all incidents, not just the fire incidents. So if it's easy, may only have a couple houses burn. Medium, hard whole blocks go up, and production buildings go up. So it makes things a lot harder. More importantly, though, what's really going to affect you is the incident protection. You can have it as off, meaning what'll happen is, doesn't matter how high your levels are on the top there, you will always have incidents no matter what. So even if your fire protection is in the positive, it doesn't matter. You can have it at 1,000. So if you have your fire in the 1,000 mark up at the top right, it will not have any fires at all. But this is incidents too. So this is other incidents as well, like flu outbreaks or any other type of outbreaks or things, or you could just leave it as positive. This is what I do. I tend to play on a more sandbox level type play style that doesn't require a lot of work. I'm more focused on the building aspect of the game, so I leave it on positive. As long as your fire number up the top right is positive, you won't have any fires. So that'll make it easy for you. That's something to think about. The second thing I want to talk about is your fire stations and watchtowers. And keep in mind that if you have a dirt road, you're not going to get as much protection and as much area as you would a paved road or marble road. Now, there is no difference between the area in a paved road or marble road other than that the marble road adds prestige. So as you can see, this guy here is connected and it's doing a pretty well job, but you really want to make sure that obviously they are centered in between here to really cover a lot of spaces. And just this guy alone, because we have them on marble roads or paved roads, is going to carry this whole block here. So what you may not know is even if you do have a firehouse here, you can still benefit from having wells close by. But as you can see, I have wells here. This is just going to compound the fire protection as well. So you can, in the same area, make sure you have the fire stations and the wells. That's going to help you double as much. A lot of people just put the fire stations but not the wells. Make sure you have the wells in that area too. And if you do that, that's really going to help your fire protection. If you're really struggling, I suggest you devote your religion to Neptune. Neptune does a fantastic job of mitigating fire risk, and it also stacks on top of your wells and your fire stations. So if you want to devote your islands, like I do, all to Neptune, that's really going to help your fire protection as well. I got Neptune spread everywhere. Neptunes are all over. Neptune's my boy. Neptune helps me prevent fires, especially in the case of large cities like this. And next I want to go over the aqueducts. So the aqueducts are so important in this game, especially for fire and health too as well, that as you can see, if I were to delete this and get rid of this connection, we'll have a major issue. Look at that. But we're going to have a fire as soon as we do that, and then our health is going to plummet at some point. Aqueducts are huge, so let's make sure we fix that before we run into a crisis. A couple tips about aqueducts. You need to plan out where you're going to put them even before you get into the higher level tiers. Because you'll get in a situation where you start building all your places and things, and then you'll get into a situation where you don't have any room. You got to make room, and then you have to kind of move things around. Make sure the cisterns are placed in a fashion that does cover the whole area. Obviously, the cisterns, and the reason why I'm mentioning them is that it does help with fire protection. So I'm pretty sure everybody watching this knows that, but what you may not know is that the lower tier population still benefits from the cisterns. Yes, it's not just equities. If you put a cistern here, it's going to add fire protection even for the lowest tier citizens here. So even for the Liberty here, you still benefit from the fire protection. So best advice I can give you is put as many cisterns as you can, build aqueducts, and enjoy the benefits of having a fire-free city. Now, when all else fails, you can rely on specialists. You can acquire these specialists through having events hosted on your island, or you can just go do what I like calling people shopping. You can go there and gamble for your specialists that you can put in the officiums or the governor's villa. So, I mean, it is a hit or miss. I don't recommend doing this if you're first starting. It can get very expensive and you can wipe out your money very quickly. But if you get lucky, after spending quite a bit of money, you can go ahead and acquire one of these specialists. Fire safety from M4A if supplied, so that does help. In fact, I'm going to buy her as well, maybe
Just
put
the
her...
necessities.
Yeah, just the necessities in one of my officiums. So that's fantastic. And then even the last point here I want to make is that make sure that you're utilizing the officiums here in your production side of your island. You'll be able to put those fire specialists here as well. So that's how you can mitigate your fire risk. Thank you for watching. I definitely do appreciate it. It is something that can easily be mitigated by using a combination of everything I just mentioned. If you found this video helpful, make sure you give it a like. Thank you for watching.